friendships, they were so different when we were all kids, when we were younger. You know, the elements, the dynamics, the survival, right? Everything was based in survival. And it's just so wild to look at how things unfolded when we were younger, you know. As I heal, the more I look at everything that I've become and who I was, what's so fascinating is the contrast, right? Um, Learning that a majority of everything was survival, right? And, you know, the approval, the validation, all that stuff. It was so, I'm going to use the word delicious back then. When you're far less aware as a child, because that's just the way that it is, right? In childhood, we don't know anything. We're seeking guidance from, you know, our gods. And when I say gods, I'm not referring to, you know, something bigger. I'm referring to our biological parents, or, you know, whatever family we might be born into, or if you didn't get the biological side of things because, you know, maybe you were adopted, right? Maybe you came from an orphanage. Maybe that was the way that you were raised. No one's better than anybody else. This is not about that. Again, I'll reiterate, this is a safe space. This is just me exploring life, me exploring trauma, me exploring healing, me exploring relationships. That's really what it's about. So, you know, the fascinating thing is childhood, is friendships in childhood, friendships based in survival. From everything I've learned, only children that learn healthy boundaries and know how to set and maintain them actually form and develop healthy relationships, usually from an earlier age, right? They're taught very specific dynamics of how people are, how relationships work, and all that stuff. And as a result of that, they're able to actually, like, develop meaningful, deep, healthy, boundaried relationships. And that's the cool thing, right? But for the people that didn't, it's different. It's a lot different. They usually form relationships with people that aren't healthy and they're not good for them, right? I've had a lot of experience with that. I have formed relationships with people that were exceedingly unhealthy and dysfunctional. And I have also let go of people that I have called friends. And that's the cool thing, too. The more that I heal and the more that I grow, the definition, what it means to have a friend in my life, has changed. Before, back when codependency was, like, the majority of the picture, I was very focused on validation and approval and people-pleasing, and all that stuff is obviously unhealthy. Because, I mean, you might not realize it, like, right away, but over time, it's just very unfulfilling. Like, there's nothing there, you know? You find that you're giving way too much of yourself, and that's just the way that it is. So to be very clear, I have let go of people in life that I have called friends, right? And this was also at a time when, you know, I was starting to get a bit more curious about doing better for myself and looking at myself, right? So maybe you're at a point in your life where you're evolving, you're growing, you're healing, or you're just before that point, right? And you're looking at yourself, you're looking at your life, you're looking at the people in your life, and you're like, is this all there is? This it? I feel like I don't even know. Who are you? Hello, hi, how are you? Do I even... When the fuck was the last time we talked? Did we ever really talk? Why are you still in my life? What the fuck? Who are you? I don't recognize myself. How the fuck am I gonna recognize you? Why do I have you in my life? I can't even set boundaries with you because I don't feel safe with you. Why are you here? I've just been shaking the same fucking dry, abandoning hand for the longest fucking time. For 10 fucking years. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is not what I want. This is not what I want. So then you start asking yourself, can I do better for myself? Of course the answer is yes. The answer will always be yes. Anyone ever asking themselves the question of whether or not they can do better for themselves, I want you to know right now that the answer is yes. The answer is always yes. No matter how good it is, by the way, it can always be better. And that's not a matter of like insufficiency or lack or anything, but like fucking hell, life is awesome. Life is so cool and it can always get better. So for the people who are struggling and wondering in the fucking dirt, in the darkness, in the fucking bullshit of what they've experienced, if their life can get better, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Yes, 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 absolutely. Getting right back to it. You're starting to wake up. You're tired of shaking the same old fucking dry, abandoning hands that you have been for as long as you can remember. You're starting to learn about different things like intimacy, emotional intimacy, connection, safety, growth, evolution, healing, boundaries, not partaking in drama and gossip, unpredictability, chaos, all of that stuff. You're starting to find out that there are people out there that are more focused on themselves, but not in a selfish way, because focusing on themselves is really cool, because the more that you do focus on yourself in a really healthy way, the more you learn about yourself. The more you learn about yourself, the more you tune into things like self-love and compassion and empathy, and then the more you start to be able to direct that stuff outwards. So all of this stuff that you've been settling for so long for, with all of these people who look like fucking strangers to you, that you met in survival, that you met in childhood, that you met when you were young. When you were young. Just kidding. I love the Killers, by the way. You sit there in your heartache, wondering if these are your real fucking friends. No, they're not. It's a fucking lie. You're waking up. I love it. Man, I remember jamming out to that on, it was either Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Shit, that was back in high school. That was awesome. Yes, everything is different from the way that it was in high school. High school is no longer here, and likely the friends that you met in high school no longer are either, right? And it's okay if they are. If they're in your life and they're dope and it's all cool, good, wonderful. But there's a good chance that a lot of people out there are holding on to people just from comfort and familiarity that you don't need to. So when you're finally ready to let go of friends, use this wonderful entree, this main entree, as a guide to get you through the confusion, the chaos, the misunderstanding, the bullshit, all that stuff. Use it. It's wonderful. Here we go. So when you're finally ready to let go of friends, it's likely because you've outgrown them, and that's not a bad thing. It just means that you're ready to move on and you're looking for more meaning, you're looking for depth, you're looking for connection, you're looking for safety, you're looking to step yourself the fuck out of survival, because shit, that was a long fucking time ago and you don't need to be there anymore, right? So when you're finally ready to let go of friends, it's okay. You can. And you don't need to hold on to it anymore, because likely all that's happening is just fucking metal on metal. It's just friction. And it's not good for either, right? Do you feel guilty about letting them go? It's okay if you do, but you don't have to, right? You're not responsible for them. By the way, I've had some struggle letting go of people in my life, and I have. Like, I've cut people the fuck up, just like that. I've struggled to, but I've also understood that I'm going to limit my growth if I stay with them, and that's just the fact, right? So you don't need to do that. You don't need to you feel like you're dragging them along with you, right? You got like a fucking rope and they're attached to it. They're fucking like holding on and everything, right? They're like, no, don't let me go. No. That's, we don't want that. We don't want that. Cause then you're bringing that shit to your fucking friends' houses and your fucking parties, and they're making a fucking tantrum of a fucking chaotic mess, and They're just ruining your fucking life. Yeah, get them the fuck out. You don't need that anymore. Because you want to grow. You want to fucking blast off to the fucking moon and do the best that you fucking can for yourself because you're filled with fucking potential. You keep looking at yourself and you're like, damn, I can do really fucking good for myself. But shit, these people back here, they're not doing good for me, right? So you want to get them out, and it's okay. Because you've outgrown them. They're likely based in survival, right? The reason that you held on to them was probably because you felt guilty of letting them go. And also because of the comfort and familiarity that comes with holding on to them. But what do? They want to eat a big-ass fucking bowl of Cheetos on the couch while fucking making the same excuses as to why they're not making their life better and complaining about the fucking world, suggesting that it left them in this fucking mess. Yeah, cynical. Fuck that shit. They have the same beliefs as when they were younger of how shitty fucking people are because they do this and that and the other with money, and money is the root of all evil. No, who the fuck needs that shit? This is all just like reminding me of so many things that I let go of years ago. People, cynicism, bullshit, negativity, low energy, fear, all that stuff. We don't need that. We don't need that shit. We're trying to blast off to the fucking moon. Again, I've said this before in past videos, and I'll say it again. What kept you from drowning in the water, that little fucking floaty, that plastic floaty, yeah, that doesn't have jet fuel to get you up to the fucking moon, right? And neither do these fucking friends that were based in survival that are going to stop you from reaching your fucking potential. That's just the fucking fact of it. So when you're finally ready to let go of these friends that you've been now questioning whether or not they're actually friends, maybe at one point they were friends and that resonated in survival, no, you can let go of those friends because they're going to limit you. And if you keep them in your life more years, a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, you're going to regret the fuck out of it. I can't even say regret right. Here we go. You're going to regret the fuck out of it. And if you watch that movie where the guy has that tattoo on his head or on his chest where it's like, no regrets, yeah, if you keep people like that in your life that don't even have a fucking compass, shit, you're going to really regret the fuck out of everything. But you can do better for yourself. And if people are trying to manipulate you to get you to stay in their life, shit, see that for what the fuck it is, because that is fucking unhealthy and toxic as shit. And they just feel really fucking sorry for themselves, and they're just keeping you around because they know that you're codependent enough to stay because you'd feel bad for fucking leaving. Oh, not just that. There are some people that will actually get you to believe that you've abandoned them. And let me make this very clear. If a person is a full-grown ass fucking adult, it's not called abandonment. You're not responsible for them like you are a fucking kid or a dog, like a pet. You can get them the fuck out. New year, new you, right? Love to see it. Just kidding. We love to smile, we love to laugh, we love to feel good. That's what this is all about. That's what life's about, right? Absolutely.